1069 Click FM live in color. It's 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and that means that we are back for some ass talk. It's just a little time where we're not really following a game. I just chill out with people in the chat, and we talk over sports stuff from the last week, and I will get to the NFL playoffs. Wild card weekend is here. It's the first round of the NFL playoffs this weekend. That will happen a little later on, and I'll talk about some other stuff that happened. Any other information you guys can throw my way to, there was a lot of stuff this weekend, Cornman, and that was something that I had just learned from you, actually, when you mentioned it in chat, that the coach for the Washington college football team has gone and taken the job at Alabama. That damn job was vacant for what, 2 days? And it's already been snatched up again. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, maybe, but yeah. Anyway, best of luck to them. Oh, I did see, it just came out today that after Belichick and the Patriots have agreed to part ways, they have decided to make Jared Mayo the next head coach for the New England Patriots. Yeah. The Patriots were not going to be outdone by Alabama. No, sir. Not at all. Yeah, it is snowing out here too, Logan. It's been going, I think, since last night. It's supposed to carry into tonight, and I am not looking forward to all the shoveling. It's going to be rough. But at least heat's working. There's a sleeping cat over here. Another one hiding and pretending that he doesn't exist so that maybe I won't bring him into the room again, as I want to do. We won't feel it tonight, though, right? Because aren't you all the noon game on? Oh no, you're the game before us. Okay. But that is the thing that is on my mind, Luke, specifically that. Kraft hired Mayo. They're trying to catch up with the Jets. Okay. Yeah, I'm very curious who, if there's anybody that maybe Tennessee fans want, or if there's somebody particular in mind, but I'm not sure if that seems like a very good, situation to go into as a coach. Tennessee feels kind of like a lost team. So, best of luck to them in their search, but feel some lean years coming for Titans fans. Yeah. There's the briefest of moments, Luke, where I thought maybe it's better that they don't. Because then the fanfic writers would just go crazy. I was curious about that. I saw a couple lines written about that today as I was looking through all the articles of fired coaches, mentioning that he did have ties to the organization. I mean, he was one of Belichick's former assistants, wasn't he, before he got the head coaching job for the Titans? Although I did learn today, as I was doing a little bit of research for the show, that the Big 12 conference is surprisingly friggin' competitive when it comes to college basketball. I mean, they have a whole bunch of teams who are like 13 and 2, 11 and whatever, and then there's just two teams that are at or below 500, and right above them is BYU. So we're going to have not only a game of ranked teams tomorrow, but also teams in a very competitive conference. And yeah, as excited as I was for Seton Hall to try to take another victory against a ranked opponent, yeah, I think the crowd did good picking this week. So thank you to everybody who voted in the poll for what college basketball game I should watch this week. I do appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who voted nonetheless. Mm-hmm. And Vrabel is the coach that beat Brady in his last game as a Patriot. Yeah. Ah, simpler times. Simpler times. I also, at a certain point, not only need to look in on the Timberwolves and the Thunder, who are currently tied for the top seed in the Western Conference of the NBA, but also look in on the Clippers and the Kings because we are living in odd times aside from everything else that is happening every damn day. Because the Los Angeles Clippers and the Sacramento Kings are are ranked higher in the playoff race than the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. So, yeah, I'm going to have to look ahead in the NBA schedule and see if we can get any games that maybe, I don't know, get two birds with one stone. Oh yes, I heard about that, Corn Man. After after the loss to Nebraska and Houston losing to Iowa State, there was talk of Kansas Jayhawks being the next number one, but then they lost to one of their conference rivals, UCF. So that might be on a little bit of shaky ground. I think it could depend on how they do against Oklahoma, but I don't think they'll be number one. Ah, Luke is asking for important historical context. I think I know where this is going. Ah, but also, William, if you are here, if there's any knowledge that you would like to drop on us about, you know, things that have changed or have been happening lately for the Thunder, to one, stayed at the top for this long through the season, and two, to catch up with the Timberwolves. Not so good. I think we're looking at that Purdue game rather than Wisconsin. Nice excuse. The Big Ten competition continues on. Ah, so yeah, might as well. Can't avoid it for too much longer. Playing Iowa tonight? Well, good luck there against some Hawkeyes. It feels very weird to have a team I'm supporting back in the playoff race. So forgive me for taking a while to get to the Lions, but just understand I might ramble a bit, I might get lost, but I will try to get as much of the brain vomit out and let you know why I'm not sure. I don't think the Lions are going to win. But first, let's start with Cleveland Houston. Um, I absolutely don't want to think about the QB storyline that the media has already tried to build for that game. I'm tired of it. I just want Houston to win and continue the curse of Stroud. And I think they have a decent chance of doing it. You know, I did hear, I did read that. Yeah, Logan, Wisconsin is 4-0 in the Big Ten this year. And uh, where does that put you rankings wise? I wonder, because it's got to put you at least up there with Purdue. Big Ten basketball standings. Oh, dang. All right. Oh, yeah. In fact, you are ranked ahead of Purdue because of your 4-0 conference record. Also put you ahead of Northwestern and Illinois. Cool. And 15th in the top 25 poll. The underdog bowl, Texans versus Packers. Yeah, if the Packers make the Super Bowl this year, there's only one opponent that they can play, and it has to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look in your heart, you know it's true. As for Dolphin Chiefs, by the way, it's on Peacock. Enough said. What will happen will happen. Que sera, sera. But I will be making sure to be doing something else at the time. Yeah, it will be. Let's. I don't know how much more chaotic we can make this season if the Steelers do end up going to the Super Bowl. Especially if they end up playing the Packers. But serious note to the Buffalo Bills, TJ Watt has been ruled out. Mason Rudolph is starting for the Steelers. So please don't lose. I mean, not for your team, but for like all your fans. This would be just high emotional damage if they lost to this current iteration of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, hoping for the Bills, but who the hell knows? It's honestly impressive that the Thunder are playing this well considering how young they are. Main thing in the Miami game is, will any team attempt a pass? I would hope. I would hope at least once. SGA is guaranteed to get us 30 a game. Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren improving as the season goes on. All right. Oh, God. If Draymond Green, Draymond Green, there's different kinds of annoying that you can be, and maybe maybe don't always go for the kind of annoying where you get yourself thrown out of the game, Draymond. Please. Thank you. Alright, so they will be playing at Arrowhead. Well, that is a good question. I mean, we're in the middle of this, but I think I'm not sure if KC is supposed to get more snow or not. Let me look up the weather report for that game. Now you mention it. Weather report, Chiefs game. All right. Let's see. They are expecting a high of 5 degrees, according to the Fox 4 weather team, but with an actual feel of negative 12 degrees. By kickoff at 7 p.m., they're forecasting a temperature of 1 degree with a wind chill of below 20 below. Let's see when they... This was originally posted on the 10th. It got updated on the 12th. Let's see if we find an update anywhere. Alright, chances for snow Thursday into Friday and again Sunday, but not on Saturday. Instead, the main concern will be the Arctic cold. Okay. And they advise people don't drink too much alcohol. Very, very, very wise recommendation. Oh, yeah. You know, at a certain point, the fun just goes right out of it. I don't think I could attend a game in weather that cold again. After all the years I spent walking dogs in Chicago winter and working through a couple of polar vortexes where the temperatures dropped to like 20 below, and during one of them I actually dehydrated my lungs. That was fun. So, yeah, I don't blame them for deciding not to go. Yeah, I did notice that, Corn Man. The Bulls have gotten back up into the play-in part of the NBA playoffs. Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors are, I think they're currently on the outside looking in over in their conference. Some places say it could feel as low as 30. Woof. That is brutal. Like, the Dolphins are going to be in for some pain in that case. Oof. Let's hope that Tyreek Hill brings the right gloves. Now it's time for True North to cheer on the Rams and feel sick about it. I don't blame you, True North. I don't blame you. Oh. Yeah. Keep warm, Corn Man. Keep warm. Everybody send some sanity over to Corn Man. All right. A real of minus 13, I feel like of negative 36. Oof. Oh, thank goodness we're not down there yet. Uh, oh, Packers Cowboys. Mm. I am actively looking forward to this game. Now, part of it, the ongoing joke for Packers fans, considering Jerry World to be the home away from home for Green Bay. And Dak has had to deal with the Packers before in the playoffs, but not Jordan Love. And I am curious to see how he handles the Cowboys defense. Because, yeah, that defense is an experience, as I could tell you from watching them this season. And whew, I am curious as to how Jordan Love will handle the road team playoff atmosphere at Arlington. That's my only concern. Now, he did play at a fairly big school, so he probably got exposure to, unfriendly crowds, big stadiums. He's had to deal with being in the Green Bay spotlight. So I think, it'll at least be somewhat there, but we shall see. Best of luck to them. The refs had to use shout signals because the whistle would stick to their lips. That's right. No, Aaron Rodgers. Completely different lineups. Going back to check the starting lineups for those games. The teams are almost unrecognizable. But yeah, Packers, you got a bit of a fight. I'm gonna give the Cowboys the edge, but if if you happen to take them out, then maybe it's a step towards us meeting at the. I can't say it with a straight face. Sorry. If you do take them out, best of luck against the 49ers. Oh, me too, True North. Me too. But maybe they see something in him, or maybe they're just hoping that they find another Dan Campbell. Hmm. Hmm. Well, yeah, of course. Of course, you would want them in the NFC Championship game. It would be an automatic lock in the brains of every 49ers fan. Yeah, all you need is beat the Cowboys and the 49ers, and all we need to do is to beat the Rams in Tampa. Well, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah, it's all very very important. True North. Packers run the ball. I feel like they've been remembering to do that. Avoid mental mistakes. Well, yeah. Get points on turnovers. Always hopeful. But no faith that Joe Barry can stop Dallas. All right. Mm. Yeah, this would definitely be a good week for maybe some great kick returns by Keyshawn Nixon if he's not injured. I haven't looked at your injuries list as of late. Cornman, this seems like the perfect perfect show for Papa Grassi to appear. Uh, yeah, I am worried about that too. Um, but they're not the only things that I'm worried about. But we'll get to that because I gotta say a few things about Eagles Buccaneers. I first thought that the Bucks could win this game by default, because the Eagles have kind of melted down, and there are reports coming from a couple Eagles blogs I read that seemed pretty genuine, saying that there could be strife in the locker room. AJ Brown deleted his socials, so yeah, they're having a normal one. And then I found out that both of the starting QBs, uh, Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield, are going to be playing injured. So that game just feels like a ticking clock, or the sword of Damocles just hovering over, and I'm not going to be happy with whichever way it decides to cut. Yeah. If Packers win, will Jerry fire Mike before halftime? Hmm. How big would the lead have to be at halftime for Jerry Jones to fire Mike McCarthy at halftime? Sirianni out the door? Hmm. I don't know. Tough call. If Joe Barry can stop Justin Jefferson and DJ Moore, then we can stop CeeDee Lamb. Well, there's a couple other receivers that they have as well. CeeDee Lamb's not the only one, but he's, you know, a major problem. Mm, yeah, of course we did, Luke. We're classy mothers in this bunch. Mm. All right. Finally, we get to it. The Lions versus the Rams. The Sunday night football prime time slot where the Lions fans always insist they should be. I am I am excited for the number of delay of game penalties that we could potentially get, but then I remember, oh yeah, Matthew Stafford had played there, so he knows how loud it can get. So I'm not even thinking about like the QB revenge tour that I'm sure the media is trying to do as well. I am still worried about the defense. Yes, especially our passing defense because of course, Cooper Cup and Puka Nakua, who is the Rams' leading rusher this season. I'm, I mean, good for him. Congratulations. But now that's damn terrifying. I mean, how I'm curious if we'll be able to get any pressure on Stafford. how much time they'll be able to give him to throw, because, well, playing for the Lions taught him to have to get rid of the ball early and under pressure, so no kidding. The Browns are favored against the Texans? Dang, 2-point favorites. And the Packers' defensive front played well. Oh, okay. Oh, God. Yeah, I know. There probably won't be many Stafford jerseys. And but there probably still will be some because, even if he is going to be the opposing quarterback, I would hope there might be a little bit of respect for him when he shows up. Speaking of sacks, so I went to go look up the Rams, and I was already afraid of Aaron Donald, but then I discovered they have a guy on there named Kobe Turner, who is one of their defensive tackles, drafted out of Wake Forest, late round acquisition, and he has 9 sacks this year and like 50 some tackles. So, yeah, I am nervous not only about the run game being absolutely swallowed up, but also Jared Goff getting sacked into the dark dimension. Yeah, I'm like I like I've mentioned before, Logan. Last time the Packers went and won the Super Bowl, they were the 6th seed. So, you know, out of out of reverence for prior history, I'm gonna let y'all just talk your ish. Go forth, whatever. Our O line fully healthy. Uh, we gave a couple of our O linemen just extra 1 day breaks this week and just listed it as general rest. Aside for the couple of people who haven't advanced off of IR, uh, it seems like we're going to have everybody that we need on the offensive line this week. It's going to be a big challenge with both Turner and Donald, but yeah. So between the possible inside pressure that will be a test for our offensive line, 2 outstanding receivers a that a passing defense that is very much in the lower end of the rankings will have to handle. And meanwhile, I heard Sam Laporta's post-practice comments about his optimism that he could play this Sunday. I'm not putting any stock into it. I am waiting for definite word. I'm more impatiently waiting for the return of James Houston, who had full practice all this week, but Dan Campbell is still of the wait and see variety on him. You may remember him as the secret pass rush weapon that we would unload from time to time last year, and then he got injured earlier this year. Hopefully we get him back. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be tuning into that one. Hopefully Actually, yes, we will have college basketball to pay attention to, so we won't have to worry about missing anything in the football games. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Like the only ones that have that I think are going to be definite losses for us, as in they have not practiced and they're probably not going to be in the game. Khalif Raymond, which is a big disappointment because he, you know, was able to shine in the special teams for us, and Sam Laporta. Now I know Brock Wright is coming back, and we've been able to get production out of him before. He's much more of a blocking tight end, but he does it very well. So yeah, Brock Wright's going to have to slather his hands with glue, and Laporta listed as questionable. Houston listed as out. Oh boy. You know, I was briefly curious up until you said that, Luke. Is Tyler Higbee going to be ready, and how much of an impact is Kyron Williams going to have from their backfield? But yeah, this could just be an absolute air show. We will call it 34-31 Rams over the Lions. Oh, Higbee is still questionable? Okay. Well, that's a dang shame. Is there anything else in the notes that I need to cover? Oh, well, nah, I think yeah, that is also odd that Canada is has division leading teams but only in the Western Conference. Meanwhile, Luke is calling it 30-24 for the Lions. So, if he loses, I'm say I would say it's not going to be so much for the loss itself, but for whatever may be going on with the team at this current moment. Yeah, yeah, True North. We're going to have to focus on the Clippers for a night at a certain point. Hopefully in upcoming in the next month. I need to check the schedule again. Oh my god, I haven't even thought about next week's schedule. Yeah, we're up to I think 6 or 7 coaches and a couple of coordinators gone so far this season. So, you know, going out of business sale, you know, you've heard it advertised, don't hesitate. And a 62-point win in the NBA last night. I do promise we will get back to the NBA. I apparently lost the damn word list I had for basketball bingo, so I'm going to have to rebuild that again. I apologize for the delay on that. I think I have said just about everything I need to say. So, yeah, I'm going to call it at that. No reason for me to blather on any further. Uh, next Tuesday, 16th at 9 p.m. Ooh, thank you for letting me know about that, William. I'll be sure to check that out. But thank you, everybody. I'm going to be back on tomorrow for Kansas versus Oklahoma and NCAA men's basketball. Women's basketball will be coming back soon. I promise. It will. But this is the end of ASSS Talk. I'd like to thank you all for joining in, being respectful, sharing the knowledge. This is Jim B on 106.9 Click FM. Take care of yourselves, and good night, Milwaukee, wherever you are.